Our version's better.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the ice the Bellsport Gas Station youth player of the game, 8-year-old Xander Ohansen. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise, remove your caps. We honor America in the singing of our national anthem. Performing tonight's national anthem is Hannah Harper. Ladies and gentlemen, Hannah Harper. Now, Bullstand, it's time to grab your bell and ring in the stampede. Tonight, the Wooster Bulls join the hockey community across North America, supporting the fight against cancer. Hockey Fights Cancer Night is dedicated in honoring those who have battled, those who are currently fighting, and remembering those we have lost to this disease. This evening, we are honored to recognize Jennifer Greathouse Fenton, the mother of Wooster Bulls, number 21, Jake Greathouse. Jennifer is a breast cancer survivor. Since being diagnosed in 2014, Jennifer has overcome a year of chemo and radiation therapy. And set her mind to enjoying life and traveling the world, watching lots of hockey. Tonight, we celebrate Jennifer's courage, her strength, and her resilience, along with those both here and remembered, who have personally been impacted by cancer. We ask that number 21, Jake Greathouse, join us with the captain of the Toledo Mobsters, the ceremonial puck drop. Thank you, Jennifer, for sharing your story and being inspiration to us all. Fans, please join us in showing support for Jennifer and everyone affected.
Good evening from the Alice Noble Ice Arena in Wooster, Ohio. Wooster Bulls hockey as the Bulls take on the Toledo Mobsters. I'm Keith Kokinda. Glad you could join us as we are underway. Josh Zoppo getting a quick backhander in. Zoppo and Brendan Pawinski open on defense with Zach Bell, Nick Chura, and Michael Morera, new player on the team. A second opportunity, a save made there quickly by Taylor Schwant, the Toledo Mobsters goaltender. Starting lineups brought to you by Bell Store Gas Stations. He's also the official sponsor of the youth player of the game, which is Andrew Hansen tonight. Bulls going with the orange jerseys tonight with the black briefs and orange socks. Toledo in the white, black, and white. Uniform combinations brought to you by Ohio Outdoors, the official jersey sponsor of the Wooster Bulls. With that, Kane, Omachinsky, and Zach Bell joined me on the latest Shootin' the Bull podcast, which is now available on Spotify. As the Mobsters gain the line, send it in for Trevor Knight, made a uniform number change. Now a chance for Kane, a good stick save there by Rob Holden, who's in goal. Third different goaltender the Bulls have used this season. It's his debut, the brother of Will Holden, the captain, who brings it to center. Sends it in, and the rest of the Bulls will go for a change here in this second minute of the first period. Patrick Ostrander sending it in deeper for the Bulls. Ahead for Knight. Knight across the way for Reese Bame. Bame joint second in the league in assists with 3, along with Dakota Bond, who got 3 assists in last week's game here against Wooster. Nate Brown digging out for the puck. It's sent in front, but Taylor Raska, the Mobsters captain, sends it away, and now comes to center as his line mates change behind him. Raska going 1-on-4. Ostrander got the stick in there. Now Zach Steele, or I should say Mike Starr back there. Talked to Mike Starr before the game today. You can check that out on our YouTube channel here. And there's a quick shot in front. Did it go in? No, it all went off the post. The iron unkind for the Mobsters, if I may borrow from Tim Brando, and there Holden covers up to make the save and get the face off. Well, thought for sure that puck had gone in. I didn't hear any sound of the iron. But we stay scoreless, just 2:50 into the opening period. Bulls still looking for win number 1. These two teams met 2 weeks ago at the Team Toledo Ice House, just a mile south of the Michigan border. And there's the goal. Austin Smith from the point. Not sure if that got deflected on the way through, but the Mobsters strike first. Just 2:57 in. It looked like it took a redirection, but I'm not sure who touched it. We'll wait for the official announcement. But either way, the Mobsters get a quick lead just 3 minutes in. This is unlike the game in Toledo 2 weeks ago where the Bulls never trailed until the last 4.5 minutes when Chris Lutz scored what turned out to be the game-winning goal. Lutz with 2 goals in that game. He's not available tonight for the Toledo Mobsters. Mobsters send it around behind their own net. That's Anthony White sending it ahead, but it goes to the Bulls now, and here comes Josh Zoppo. Zoppo sends it in wide, looking for Remington Reynolds, who gathers it in. Reynolds fighting off the check from White. Able to move it along with his skate. Now a chance in front. Here's a shot by Zach Bell, who's wearing a different number tonight, 25, rather than his usual 15, and he missed it up top. Here's Bell again at center. And they are giving Austin Smith the goal. That's his first of the season. Here's Remington Reynolds trying to send it in front. And said the Bulls with a chance. Here goes Kane the other way, but good back checking there by Torrin Bradish. And his outlet pass finds Will Holden offside. So it is Smith at 2:57 to open the scoring. Cooper Digital is an official sponsor of the Wooster Bulls. Consider Digital Cooper for stunning displays, extreme performance, and exceptional value. Visit them online at cooperdigital.us. Holden couldn't win that draw. Knight with a shot from the blue line, easily saved by Rob Holden. Big battle in the puck in the corner. The Bulls get it free, but only to the line where Hightower sends it in. Clay Hightower wearing number 40. Pass in front. Holden is there to take that away and send it ahead for Matt Omachinsky with Kreitzer, but Hightower interrupts that play. Hightower trying to regain possession does. Kane is with him. Hightower trying to skate through a couple of players, but Omachinsky able to dispossess him. A similar game to what we saw in Toledo a couple of weeks ago. Kane, Raska joined the play coming off the bench, but it's broken up there by Holden, who gets the return pass. A little too heavy a first touch as Dalton Teeter will go back for the Mobsters. Sends it around. Tristan Pawinski will send it back into the corner. And the Mobsters able to clear the center. Kane ahead for Raska. Raska fighting off a check from Starr. Caleb Williams trying to come in and pick up the pieces. Starr able to send it in deep and get the Bulls a line change here with 14:44 to go in this first period. Mobsters up 1-0 on a goal from Austin Smith. At the line, Chris Racker had his pocket picked. And Zach Steele able to get it out to center. Racker for Pavlika. Brody Pavlika. Comfortable save for Holden. Big rebound, though. And Patrick Ostrander was there to clear it out. Ahead for Tristan Pawinski going 2-on-2. Brown swept it away, but to Jake Greathouse. His shot saved by Taylor Schwant. Jake Greathouse's mother, a breast cancer survivor, dropped the ceremonial opening faceoff as Williams comes in alone, chance at a good glove save by Holden. It is Hockey Fights Cancer Night all across North America at all levels of professional hockey. Brown gathers it back at center with Smith, the goal scorer. 13:50 left in this opening period. Smith waiting for his line mates to finish the line change, then sends it in deep, looking for Trevor Knight. Instead, Nick Chura gathers it in. Chura tried to send it in for steal, a little bit out of his reach, and the icing is called. Ag Pro of Wooster is an official sponsor of the Wooster Bulls. Ag Pro of Wooster is your hometown Ag Pro. They are home with the experts. Over here, the experts to help you choose the right piece of equipment to meet your needs and are ready to serve. Stop in and visit today for a test drive. Just search the web for Ag Pro of Wooster. Glad you could join us for game number 3 for the Wooster Bulls. Still looking for win number 1. First road game for the Mobsters. They split their first 2 games, beating Wooster 2 weeks ago, and the last week losing to Summit City 6-2. Zoppo sends it in, looking for Remington Reynolds. Nice piece of work to get it to Chura. Bradish calling for it the blue line. Chura with Zach Bell. Reynolds again. Zoppo looking to pinch it as Reynolds comes back to the line. He gives it away. And Brown will just, I should say, Reese Bain will send it in deep and go for a change here. Mobsters weren't able to change after the icing call. Now here comes Torrin Bradish. Bradish trying to set it in, got disrupted by Kane. Myers with a shot. Dylan Myers, who had an assist last week's game against Ridgetown. Chris Racker able to win that puck, send it around for Clay Hightower. Hightower looking for the return pass. It gets out. It gets by him. Nick Chura picks it up. Chura with Tristan Powinski in front. Dylan Myers, the former Mercyhurst Laker, from a tight angle, goes behind the net. Bradish at the point as the Bulls go for a change here while they have the puck in the Toledo zone, down by a goal. Zach Bell looking to help out Tristan Powinski over there on the boards. Instead, it comes free for Nate Nestor, number 88 tonight. Ahead for Williams. It's out of his reach, but goes right on Holder, who will have to cover it up and get the face-off. Just short of 8 minutes played in this opening period. Austin Smith, the only goal. Maverick Motorworks is a sponsor of the Wooster Bulls. Maverick Motorworks is changing how people in and around Orville, Ohio, receive their auto repair service. Find them online at themaverickcompanies.com. I'm Keith Kokinda. Glad you could join us for Hockey Fights Cancer Night as the Wooster Bulls again looking for win number 1. Jordan Romer, one of the assistant coaches, is also hoping for a win for his Toronto Blue Jays playing Game 7 of the World Series tonight against the Dodgers. Here goes William Davis along with Holden. Davis holds the line. Holden scores! The captain equalizes. .8:17, and the Bulls are back on level terms through the captain, Will Holden. Davis should get an assist. First points for both of them this season. So the Bulls hold the score 1-0 and then get the equalizer as we approach the midway point of this first period. Giving Powinski the assist on that one. It's just Matt Omachinsky gets the assist. I take that back. So Matt Omachinsky with his first point of the season. Again, he was one of our guests on the latest Shooting the Bull podcast, available now on Spotify. Omachinsky, by the alternate captain, sends it in as the Bulls go for a change here. As we coming up on midway through this opening period. 1-1 our score. Chance in front. Tristan Powinski couldn't get a touch on it. Knight sends it around the glass and over the boards. Referee is calling for somebody from the Mobsters bench. 25 for 20. You heard me yell 24. That's Kobe Wells, one of the defensemen. Apparently he'd gone off the ice and shouldn't have on that play. So he comes up with, here's Zach Steele with a chance way over the top. Tristan Pawinski sending it in, shot blocked. And now going forward is Jordan Dankert. Jordan Dankert on defense, and he backhands it wide, and the net comes off its moorings. Dankert, arguably the tallest defenseman in the league at 6'6". Got the breakaway chance. Remember, all Wooster Youth Hockey Association players can get into a Bulls game for just $5 as long as they're wearing their jersey and accompanied by a paying adult. Tristan Pawinski and a comfortable save for Taylor Schwant. A lot of action, but neither goaltender has seen a lot of rubbers so far. Castle Aviation is an official sponsor of the Wooster Bulls. Castle Aviation has been recognized as the top aviation consultant in North Canton, Ohio, located at the Akron-Canton Airport. Look them up online at castleair.com. Bulls putting on an aggressive forecheck as Nate Nestor's trying to get it out of his end. He's being forechecked well by his opposite number, Tristan Pawinski. He finally does get to center, but taking over there is his brother Brendan, who sends it in. Schwant sticks it aside. Again, 3 players forward for the Bulls on the forecheck, and they finally get it ahead to Caleb Williams, who finds the captain, Taylor Raska. Raska, nice little no-look pass for Williams, but it's broken up, and the Bulls come the other way, 2-on-3. Steele with Remington Reynolds. Steele sends it in the opposite corner. That's Chris Racker for Toledo. Ahead for Raska. Lost the handle, gets it back. Williams going to the net. Holden gets the blocker on that shot by the Mobster captain. Nick Chura around for Zach Bell. Bell with a nice move. He'll go 2-on-2. Remington Reynolds and Nick Chura joining him. Chura joining late, but the pass behind him. And here go the Mobsters the other way with Dalton Teeter getting out into the neutral zone. Dylan Myers fights off a big hit there as Zach Bell being watched by Brody Pavlika. Now Bell, comfortable save by Schwant again as the stick goes flying. Mobsters doing a good job of getting on that rebound and not giving second opportunities in front of their goaltender, Taylor Schwant. Now here's Remington Reynolds. Holden going to the net. His pass, Tarn Bradish from the point. Hit Teeter in front. Chura looking for a second bite of the cherry. He gets taken down in the slot. Another big collision there with Dalton Teeter putting on the big hit for the Mobsters. And that will be icing against the Bulls with 8:21 to go in the opening period. Troyer Signs is an official sponsor of the Wooster Bulls. Troyer Signs is your trusted wide format printer and installer. Visit TroyerSigns.com for more information. Bulls will not be home again in November. They'll be on the road a couple of times in November. They'll be going up next weekend to play West Michigan. A couple of back-to-back games, November 8th and 9th. That'll be a Saturday and a Sunday. You'll be able to watch that on the West Michigan Sentinels official YouTube channel. Then Bulls get a weekend off and then go up to Ridgetown for a rematch with the Royals on November 22nd. And then get a Thanksgiving break and then come home December 13th. The Thousand Island Raiders, who have also been struggling, will come in for their only game in the Alice Noble Ice Arena. And visit WoosterBullsHockey.com for all team information. Remember to follow us also on our Instagram channel at Wooster Bulls Hockey. I'm Keith Kokinda. You can find me on the follower list there as well. All square at 1-1 with 8:21 to go in this opening period. Smith for the Mobsters and Will Holden for the Bulls. Here's Zach Bell. Chura's with him, as is Holden, who gets the pass. Holden missed high and wide. Remington Reynolds can't get inside the line to hold it in. And here comes Reese Boehm the other way. Boehm dispossessed there by Ostrander. Holden tried to leave it for Reynolds, but instead it's going to be Boehm the other way. Now he gets dispossessed, and here come the Bulls. Ethan Kreitzer. Kreitzer able to send it in deeper as he fights off the check from Smith. Kane sweeps it around the boards, but Ostrander pinches in to Holden at the point. In deep, it's Anthony White wearing 98 for the Mobsters, who finally do get it out to center. Here's William Davis sending it ahead. Kane got there first, though, and Knight coming in. Knight, another good save by Rob Holden off the blocker again. Matt Omachinsky. We talked about in the podcast, he's one of the better defensive forwards in the APHL, but he gives that pass away to Raska. Raska, the captain, and gloved by Rob Holden for the faceoff with 7:13 to go. Greg Orthodontics is the official 50-50 raffle sponsor of the Wooster Bulls. At every home game, get your 50-50 raffle tickets, courtesy of Greg Orthodontics. And remember, you must be present in order to win. And great respect from all the players for our military veterans there. So 7:13 to go in the opening period. Austin Smith for Toledo scored 2:57 in. Will Holden got the equalizer at 8:17, and that's where we stand in a game that's been pretty similar to the one we saw up in Toledo 2 weeks ago. And the big difference is the Bulls never trailed in that game until Chris Lutz's game-winning goal with 4.5 minutes left as Holden stops that shot from a tight angle by Chris Racker. From the face-off, it's Tristan Pawinski going 1-on-2. He's joined by Zach Steele. The crisscross steal to the far post. Good pad save by Taylor Schwann, getting her right pad out there. Looking for a second opportunity, and Schwann again got her right pad down and steered wide. Now the Mobsters the other way. Here's Williams to the back post. The tip-in attempt is covered up by Holden. Williams was looking for Chris Racker at the back post, and he was right there, but couldn't put it past Holden. So certainly both goaltenders getting tested here in the last couple of minutes. Kylie King escorting Bully, the mascot, by our booth here. Here's Nick Chura for the Bulls. Ahead for Remington Reynolds, who sends it in farther. Zach Bell giving chase. Bell fighting off a check from Nate Brown. Remington Reynolds digging in there as well. Colt scratched for tonight's game. Finally, Kane able to get that free, but Dylan Myers comes in, fights off a check and gets it back in behind the net. Now it's Brown once again trying to send it to the boards and does so for Knight. And now a 2-on-2. Shot goes high and wide. Knight able to keep it in the Wooster zone. Pass in front, hit a bull skate. Now it's a chance for Dalton Teeter coming in from the point. Kane looking for the puck, couldn't find it. Chura get there first and gets it out to center. Teeter with Smith out down there on the blue line. Reese Bain can't reach that pass. Here comes Dylan Myers. Poke check there by Brown to break up that rush. with 5.5 minutes to go in the opening period. Bame, Ostrander takes it away from him. Looking to fight off Brown and does. Remington Reynolds there with him. Brown only gets it as far as Reynolds. Holden trying the centering pass. Kreitzer, Reynolds, in front to the back post. Ostrander couldn't get a stick on the high pass. Bulls showing more forechecking pressure and having some success with it, keeping the puck in deeper. Now, Bame, again, 3 assists in that game 2 weeks ago in Toledo against the Bulls. Gets it to the Wooster line, but Davis is there. Davis gains the line. Omachinski is there with him, and an easy glove save for Taylor Schwant. There's Omachinski and Zach Steele, a couple of former Toledo Mobster players. A couple weeks ago, they exchanged some friendly pleasantries before the game, their former teammates. Holden and Pavlika on the face-off, and Holden wins it back for Brendan Pawinski. Good job by Kreitzer trying to keep it in his zone temporarily, but instead the Mobsters get it out to the neutral zone. Now gain the line. Pass for Mike Fry. Didn't get where it wanted to go. Pawinski's pass half for Omachinski out of his reach. The icing is waved off, though. Omachinski sends it around for Kreitzer. Kreitzer for Holden, the Bulls' goal scorer. Holden's shot missed on the short side. Josh Zoppo got the first 2-goal game in Bulls history last week. Ahead for Logan Schramm. I believe that's his first shift of the evening. They'll send it in deep as the Bulls go for a change. Austin Smith, the Mobsters' goal scorer, sends it ahead for Michael Dickerson, out for his first shift as well. I think that's Brady Bernath, 76, not 75. Tristan Pawinski moving in. Chance for Schramm, but he couldn't get a good first touch on it. Myers calling for it, the point, and gets it. Now Torin Bradish with a chance. Bradish gets saved by Schwant to deny him, and a penalty coming up against the Mobsters, and that's a big problem for the Bulls so far, and now they'll finally touch up. First penalty of the game goes against Toledo for a trip. At 16:27. So it's going to be time for the Bo Lacey Construction Power Play. Bo Lacey Construction, experience you can trust, done right on time. Find them online at bolaceyconstruction.com. Bulls are 0 for 8 on the power play this season, including 0 for 6 2 weeks ago in Toledo, where they had 2 power plays in each period. It's going to be Brody Pavlika who gets the tripping call at 16:27. The Mobsters have been perfect in penalty killing, 9 from 9. Mentioned it's 6 from 6 2 weeks ago. Last week they killed all 3 Summit City power plays as well. Here's Holden, the captain. For Zach Bell, Holden again. Across the way, it's Nick Chura. Holden from the blue line. May have hit somebody in front, or maybe Schwant got her pad on it. And here comes Raska the other way. Taylor Raska, the Toledo captain, gets through 2 players, tries the backhander, but Holden got the stick out to deny him the shorthanded chance. Minute 30 to go in this man advantage for Wooster. And still seeking their first power play goal of the season and their first lead of the game. Holden for Remington Reynolds has to wait up and actually circle back a little bit. Now he gains the line with Zach Bell alongside. Reynolds going around the far side. Chura, Kreitzer there with him. Holden at the point. There's Holden. Chura with him. Chura high in the slot. It got redirected wide. Might have hit Remington Reynolds actually on the way through. And the Mobsters able to clear their lines and get it to center with 50 seconds left in this man advantage. Bulls looking for the first lead of the game. Clay Hightower for the Mobsters sends it all the way down. Down to 40 seconds left with the man advantage. Zach Bell waiting for his line mates to change for the second half of this power play. Here's Remington Reynolds. Again, cold to scratch tonight. Tristan Pawinski joined the rush along with Zach Bell, the former Mobster. Sent around by Dalton Teeter, but only as far as Pawinski. Brendan sends it over to, that's Mike Starr over there, actually. Pawinski, Zopel to his right, shot, left pad save. The rebound, Tristan Pawinski from a tight angle. Couldn't beat Schwant. Bulls able to hold the zones where the penalty is now expired. And now looking for a breakout opportunity, trying to hit Riker Kane, but it was just out of his reach. So the power play drought continues for Wooster, and the perfect power play record for the Mobsters also continues. They've killed all 10. Best penalty killing team in the league so far. Tristan Pawinski looking in front, nobody there. Gets dispossessed by Kane. Here's Steele. Pawinski looking to give him the return puck. Bradish coming off the bench, wanting a pass. Tristan Pawinski trying to dance by Kane. Tried to send it in front of his skate. Here come the Mobsters the other way with Pavlika, who just came out of the penalty box. Brody Pavlika taking off the puck twice. Bradish there with him. Centering pass, nobody there for the Mobsters, and the puck comes all the way back to the Toledo blue line, where Smith gathered it in for Toledo. In the second Battle of Ohio in the American Premier Hockey League. I'm Keith Kokinda. Glad you could join us. We're in the final half minute of this opening period, 1-1. Smith for the Mobsters, Holden for the Bulls. Zach Bell, Chura trailing. Chura, the one-timer, missed it wide on the short side. Here come the Mobsters the other way with Chris Racker. Raska gets the line. It looked like he was offside, but we play on. The pass for Williams goes awry as the Bulls able to clear it back to the Toledo blue line. Chura with 10 seconds. Chura able to gain the zone. Remington Reynolds with him. Chura one more time, and that will do it. A fast-paced period, just like we saw 2 weeks ago in Toledo. And we're all even at 1-1 as we go into the Farrell Roofing first intermission here on our YouTube channel. Back with the second period after a break. Worcester Bulls hockey. First intermission brought to you by Farrell Roofing.